What's up, fantasy fans? I'm really excited to do this video today because today I'm bringing you the book haul that is making me become credit card debt. I am become credit card debt. That's a joke. I do not overspend on books if you do not have the funds. Um, but yeah, this is my second book haul, and this may be the biggest haul ever because I'm a series completionist, and you will see one series on here that definitely got a little compulsive. Now, I am going to I'm going to keep this as brief as I can. So I'm going to do a comic section and a novel section, but if you are a fantasy book reader, as most of my audience is, I feel, I do recommend you stick around for the comic book section on this particular video if you are at all fans of the works of N.K. Jemisin, or if you ever went through an angsty phase and listened to My Chemical Romance, or if you just like weird. All right, so me and my girlfriend were at the bookstore, and I remember I was really excited when this imprint was announced, this imprint at DC Comics. And the first book to showcase the Young Animal imprint was Doom Patrol by Gerard Way. Yes, I think he deserves respect as a comic book creator, not just as a musician. But let's get it out of the way. It is that Gerard Way. It is the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. He is the one who headlined this whole initiative to start this imprint, Young Animal. And I really want to do a whole Young Animal read through. And I will, if there is express interest, I do want to maybe do like a channel comic book read along. I don't know. That's a bit ambitious for, this is still a small channel. I've definitely seen a recent spike in subscribers, and thank y'all all so much for that. I value each and every one of you, but I don't think I'm big enough for that. But I will probably make shorts and in Instagram reels and little videos to explain to you the reading order of Young Animal. And so I'm gonna show you some other awesome Young Animal. I've got a whole stack right here, right off camera. All right, so we have The Adventures of Bug, which is by the Allreds. They're the ones who designed like the art for the Silver Surfer comic book that I got my first tattoo from. So I've always been a big fan of the Allred art style. We have Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye, which is another comic that was Gerard Way's idea, and I've just heard that it's crazy and kooky, and it's about Cave Carson, who is this big underground explorer, and it's weird. Another thing, I heard all these books are super weird and super gay and super colorful and super vibrant and super just acid trippy, and that's what I love.
Is in, gay is hot. I want some gay. Gay it's gonna be.
Shade the Changing Girl. Look at that phenomenal art style. Then we've got Mother Panic, which is supposed to be this just super dark Gotham character. You can see Batman right there on the cover. And all of these, here you got Mother, they all got a, 12 issue run, 2 trade paperbacks. And then there's what's called the Milk Wars, which is like their version, the Young Animal version of like a DC event comic. I don't have that yet. That will be coming in the mail. Maybe it'll be on the next haul, or maybe, I'll do a dedicated Young Animal video before then. But then that spun off into, instead of Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye, it's Cave Carson Has an Interstellar Eye. Instead of Shade the Changing Girl, it's Shade the Changing Woman. And Mother Panic is now Gotham AD. And this all happens after the Milk Wars, and it ties into Eternity Girl by Magdalene Visaggio. And I've heard some people claiming that this is the best Young Animal comic book, and some people claiming it's the worst. And usually the ones that are claiming it's the worst are the ones that just hate anything that's gay. So I think it'll probably be good. Usually the people that are just hating on something because they find it like too outside of their comfort zone or not conservative enough, usually that means that the comic is going to be an absolute banger. There's also Collapser, which I don't have yet, and then probably the most famous, aside from maybe Doom Patrol, comic from the Young Animal imprint and by renowned author of the Inheritance trilogy, the Broken Earth trilogy, N.K. Jemisin, Far Sector. featuring Joe Mullion, who is now a fan favorite Green Lantern character. I remember there was so much controversy when this book came out, and I wanted to support it so bad, but I was like, let me wait for the trade. And then I saw, you know, you can also buy Far Sector in these cheap, not cheap, but I mean, they're well made, but they said DC made this initiative where they were selling compact comics more in the style, like they're kind of more to the dimensions of a standard novel. And Far Sector is one of the first comics they adapted, probably because N.K. Jemisin has a dedicated fan base when it comes to novels. But yeah, Far Sector, will definitely be reading this in the future. And hopefully some of you guys have either read Young Animal or want to read it, and we could talk about it. This would be really embarrassing if I ended up hating Young Animal, but if it's super weird and super out and super mature and super colorful, then I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it. Like, it's giving me straight Vox Machina vibes. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it. So if you're skipping to the novels, I'm Shay again. What's up? And we're going to cover, got to bring my stack a little bit closer to me. All right, so this book, the author was looking for reviewers, and I'm still very early on in the book. I just started the audiobook, but I needed to finish book 2 of The War Eternal because I still had like 4 hours left. I have like an hour left now. I'll probably finish that while I'm editing this, you know. But War Eternal is so phenomenal. But Vaughn Roycroft was kind enough to send me an audio file on Audible for The Severing Sun, and I will say, absolute banger of an audiobook so far. And that cover, by the way, it's a wraparound cover. There is a little bit of wobble on the pages. That is entirely Amazon's fault, but absolute banger so far. Really loving the first chapter. All right, and then this is a Barnes & Noble pickup. If you know me, you know Malazan Book of the Fallen is my favorite thing ever in the history of ever. I have a tattoo of it. It's absolutely one of my favorite things ever. And Steven Erikson always says that the biggest inspiration for Malazan Book of the Fallen was The Black Company. But I think my expectations were so high, I needed to give it time to settle, because I finished Malazan and I was like, I want to start The Black Company. And I put off on buying it because I knew if I went into this right after Malazan and with my predisposition because of what Erikson said, I might go into it expecting more Malazan, and then nothing can live up to more Malazan for me. So I feel like Malazan fans can be very obnoxious, and I am sorry that I am one of them. And I'm very obnoxious about how I think Malazan is the best thing ever. So yeah, I'm giving a little bit of a break, but we'll probably start this next month, if not the one after that. This is The Storm Beneath the World, book 1 in his new trilogy, where you have like grimdark insects riding these crafty and looking fly things. I don't know. It's weird. It's awesome. It's grimdark. Is this a badass archer princess bug woman? Methinks it is. And also Michael R. Fletcher writes phenomenal female characters and just phenomenal male characters. Everything he writes is great. Then I've got Martyr by Kaveh Akbar. This is a literary fiction novel about a boy doing research on martyrs. I've heard that it's very poetic. The prose are really elegant, but I've heard that the ending is very divisive. Usually if something's divisive, I enjoy it because even if I don't vibe with it completely, I still love the experimentation of an ending that will be seen as divisive, like if it had the balls to be divisive and intentionally divisive, usually I like it just for the sake of that. And then we get into, oh yes, combining editions. Oh my gosh. This is the 11th cycle, book 1 in the Mistland saga by Kian N. Ardalan. Just beautiful interior artwork. I might include it in the video, or you might have to just give me a follow on Instagram. Yes, I'm plugging myself. Or you can just look it up online and you'll find all the, the interior artworks and everything. I love this one. This is my first one where I'm actually one of the subscribers. I actually got into the tier 2 at Broken Binding. I was on the wait list forever. But I'm so happy I got it. And then probably what may be the prettiest book I own, Blood Over Brighthaven, absolutely gorgeous. It's got those sprayed edges. And yeah, so that's my book haul. Let me know what y'all are reading, what y'all are hauling, and yeah, stay safe. Have a good one. Peace.